This is an update of the combination planting of switchgrass and the HD sorghum plot screen from last spring. Here's a quick recap of the planting process. Here's the switchgrass. Ground's all prepped, so time to broadcast that switchgrass seed. Okay, so now I'm going to overseed over the top of the switchgrass with the Northwoods Whitetail hybrid sorghum. And now I'm broadcasting the Northwoods hybrid sorghum plot screen HD over the switchgrass. The final step is to drag about 1/4 inch of soil over the top of the seeds and compact it slightly with the drag harrow. This is switchgrass. I planted the switchgrass and sorghum at the exact same planting date. Switchgrass went down first because the seeds were different, smaller, different seeding rate as far as opening the discharge chute with my hand seeder. And then the sorghum went back in about 10 minutes afterwards, after I got that. Dragged it, covered it, and planted it like I normally do. Worked out real well. I've come through here and you'll see a little bit of yellowing in here, and I did a broadleaf control. In early March of this year, I brush hogged the 1-year season's growth of the sorghum and switchgrass. I had to make several passes so that the sorghum was broke up into small pieces. The sorghum stalks are broke up just like I wanted. In early May, the switchgrass is coming up nicely, and by late May, it's even thicker. You can see in this video, all the chopped up sorghum is laying nicely on the ground and the switchgrass is coming up through it. Hey, good morning everybody. Jake here at Habitat Solutions. I just want to do an update on the switchgrass planting that I did last spring, a year ago last spring, when I planted the Northwoods Whitetail HD plot screen right here along with Cave and Rock switchgrass. And as you can see, it's doing pretty darn good. I see it starting to seed up, so this is year two, and the whole idea was for me to have about a 10-foot wide strip of switchgrass to separate where I've got some alfalfa and chicory on this side. I grow warm season annuals over here, normally soybeans. This year I got a little corn in here to help this screen a little bit. Hey, good afternoon, this is Jake at Habitat Solutions. Right here behind me over my left shoulder is the switchgrass, which is in year 2, that was planted with the combination with the hybrid sorghum a year ago last spring. It's looking pretty good, and I'm really pleased with it. And it's about 10 feet wide, and it's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. So I just want to share with you that if you'd like to have a sorghum screen 1 year followed by a pretty darn good switchgrass screen, pretty much, I'm going to say it's shoulder high, okay? So considering the poorer soils here, this isn't bad. I would imagine next year it'll get up into that 6-7 foot range. But still, this blocks out the sight lines for the deer, and that's all I want to do is separate the two different food plots here. So good luck, good habitat. I also created a new gap and planted crimson clover because the deer love to go through that opening. And right here, I point out that gap's location. Over the years, I discovered that the deer prefer a gap to use that opening as their entry and exit point from one plot to the other. And you can see the deer are quite comfortable feeding alongside the edge of the switchgrass screen. Overall, the switchgrass screen looks pretty good. Thanks for watching another Habitat Solutions 360 video. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future Habitat videos.